Okay. So, session 24. So we'll start off as always with a brief recap. You guys were continuing to explore Argynvost Holt, and you decided to bypass the Revenants on the third floor. So you went on to clear out the rest of that level, finding really nothing of interest, and then proceeded to the roof, which was mostly collapsed. But on the roof, you found an entrance to this tower-like structure, which was actually located above the chapel. I incorrectly thought it was above the mausoleum, but it was actually above the chapel that you had explored before. You tried to open the door to this tower, and you found it was barred against you, and you then came under attack by these phantom warrior archers who were firing at you from these spiral staircases that were attached to the tower. So as that happened, then the door was suddenly thrown open, and you found yourself confronting four revenants, one of whom appeared to be the infested with the spirit of the revenant you'd earlier killed and defeated in the throne room. And this revenant really wanted his sword back, and he summoned a whole bunch more phantom warriors to assist in that. So great big battle took place for a while, but eventually you guys were able to defeat them without losing the sword. So kudos to that. You got to the top of the tower, and there you found what you assumed to be the object that was foretold by Madame Eva for you to find, the holy symbol of Ravenkind. It's a platinum amulet shaped like the sun and a large crystal embedded in the middle. But the symbol was kind of semi-transparent, and you guys couldn't physically touch or interact or move it no matter what you did. You got frustrated. You went and explored the mausoleum, which was mainly empty. It had an inscription that was in Draconic, but then you guys could read it, so you didn't know what it said. So you finally decided, okay, well, fine, we'll go talk to these revenants on the third floor. So you went back to that dining room that they were in, and surprisingly, they didn't attack you, and one of them spoke to you at length. He identified himself as Sir Godfrey, and he said that the leader of the Revenants was named Sir Vladimir Horngard, and he had been the head of the Order of the Silver Dragon. He explained that Argynvost had actually been a silver dragon dedicated to fighting evil in the valley long before Strahd arrived, and this evil appeared to have been concentrated in this location called the Amber Temple, which you guys are also kind of interested in finding out about. When Strahd's armies arrived, while Strahd was still mortal, Argynvost and the Order of the Silver Dragon fought him, but they ultimately lost, and Argynvost was killed, and his skull was taken to Castle Ravenloft as a trophy. Vladimir and the Order all rose then as revenants sworn to revenge against Strahd. And then later, when Strahd became a vampire and the mist closed in on Barovia, revenants found they couldn't leave, so they pretty much made it their sole goal in unlife to keep Strahd in eternal torment. Killing him would be a release of that torment, so Vladimir pretty much considers anyone who wishes to kill Strahd an enemy. The other revenants are bound to their oath, so they pretty much need to do what Vladimir commands. But since Vladimir wasn't there and he didn't command them to attack you, they didn't attack you. And so Sir Godfrey gave you a info dump of a lot of interesting information. When you asked him about that holy symbol, why it was translucent, why you couldn't touch it or anything, he supposed that Vladimir's will was keeping it in that state, safe from both Strahd and anyone who might want to use it to destroy Strahd. So Sir Godfrey suggests that returning Argynvost's skull to the mausoleum might let the dragon's spirit rest and possibly remove the Revenant's curse. And that might relax this, whatever it is that Vladimir is using to keep you guys from getting this thing. So since the bones of Argynvost were last seen being taken to Castle Ravenloft, that's pretty much where you decide to go next. And coincidentally, when you emerge from Argynvost Holt, you find this black carriage waiting for you guys outside with an invitation from Strahd himself, assuring safe passage for the party to dine at Castle Ravenloft. So that is where we left off. So you guys are standing outside Argynvost Holt, and you've got this black carriage in front of you. Nothing else. The original cart that you guys had found earlier that had dropped off that coffin and the remains of that Vistani that you had run into, they're all gone.
So we all feel this is a good idea, really?
I mean, I said no.
No.
I'm in.
So my question, Paul, is So to satisfy the dude in Argynvost, those guys, they said we need to go there to do the bones, right? We need to find the bones,
Hmm.
and that's really our only I don't see any other thing to do. You mentioned I forget the name of the underground lair thing where we might die. I just remember that.
Amber
Don't go there.
Temple.
Amber
Yeah.
Temple, don't go there, you're going to die.
Yep.
So this is really it. That's all I can think of, right?
Well, yeah,
But
well,
we still
you
need to find that guy that is supposed to be our ally or whatever.
yeah, you've got you've got other avenues. You've got the two other items that were foretold by Madame Eva to assist you. One of which is supposedly at this Amber Temple, which you guys are thinking. I mean, you can certainly try and look for it. In fact, again, to remind you that that Dusk Elf that you found in Argynvost, Holt, he said that the leader of the Dusk Elves, Casimir, was actually interested in going there. He had some interest in it that he didn't go into detail about. But he was eventually going to try and contact you about setting that up. The other item you were pretty sure was in Berez, in the ruins of Berez, where there was that there was a witch there that commanded all the scarecrows that stole the gems from the winery. And then there's, as Kyle said, you've got an ally who you've pretty much identified as, well,
Rictavio?
you said it said look for a man with a monkey, and you know that Rictavio had been, when he was in Vallaki, he had a monkey when he arrived, and then he gave the monkey to the toy maker. So you're thinking that might be him. So you've got other avenues to explore, but in this, what immediately is going on in terms of getting this particular item is, you figure if you need to do that, the bones are in Castle Ravenloft, and the note did guarantee you safe passage to the castle.
Yeah, I don't know how sneaking in is going to work, so the safe, quote-unquote safe passage might be our best chance at getting this, at least.
Yeah, and if you want, Esmeralda can talk to you or tell you. I've got kind of a lengthy passage here, but she can go through what her previous visit to Castle Ravenloft was like.
Sure.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, then maybe help you decide. But so anyway, her story goes. The castle is located on a spire surrounded by 90-foot high walls and towering 1,000 feet over the valley containing Barovia village. A decrepit drawbridge spanning a huge gorge connects the road leading to the castle, and this drawbridge responds only to Strahd's command. So to get in the castle, I actually used a potion of flying to fly over the wall into the castle and get into the courtyard. Once there, I downed a potion of invisibility and was then surprised when the front doors of the castle opened for me. So I went inside. Nothing attacked me immediately. There was an entry hall with some bestial statues. From there, I went right past some double doors and a suit of armor, and then turned a corner to a circular stair going down. And I took this about 100 feet down, passing an intermediate level until I reached the bottom, where the stair ended in a dark hallway with this horrible waist-deep black water. There was some magical traps there that I managed to avoid. I waded past an intersection and then into this room that looked like a flooded torture chamber. And in there I got attacked by all these zombies, but I managed to avoid them and climb safely onto this observation platform above the torture chamber. Behind that was a red curtain with a door leading to this chamber with what looks to be this brazier, burning brazier, burning with magical fire and surrounded by receptacles filled with different colored stones. And there was this verse near this contraption that seemed to imply that casting a stone into this fire would allow magical transport to some location. So I was trying to decipher the different destinations when one of the other doors to the room burst open, and I was facing a dusk elf dressed in elegant clothing. And at the same time, my mind was filled up with tormented howls and screams, and I nearly blacked out. The dusk elf grinned and said something to the effect that the master would be glad to see me. but before he could grab me or apprehend me, I grabbed the nearest stone. I don't remember even what color it was, and just threw it into the flame. This portal opened in the middle of this device, and I just jumped through it. There was this weird, disorienting sensation, and I suddenly found myself in the coffin maker's shop in Vallaki. The Dusk Elf must have decided just to let me go. So I waited there about 30 seconds, ready to fight him, but he never came out, and the portal closed without anything else coming. So after nosing around Vallaki for a while to try and dig up any more word of Van Richten, I made my way out and to the nearby Vistani encampment, stole a horse, made my way back to the tower, and on the way I got tracked by wolves and werewolves, which led to the battle where you fine folks stepped in. But I guess from what I can remember, the way in is not fraught with peril, but the way out might be. But there is this teleportation chamber, which might be our ace in the hole to get out of there, because otherwise it's a big drop.
Makes you want to go,
But it is a huge castle.
This dragon.
Which dragon?
So this Argynvost, I take it wasn't one of these small dragons that we've seen. It was our dragon.
Yeah. Well, from what you know that he had been there for a long time. He was definitely a mature silver dragon of some sort.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what his age was.
So my guess is, they took these bones out of here. It was probably like on a semi-trailer versus this isn't something we can put in our pocket and just walk back with.
Well, they took the skull. The rest of the remains, nobody knows what became of them. They were probably scattered and destroyed by the armies. But Strahd specifically had his skull, the dragon's skull, taken back. Not a lightweight item, to be sure, but it's also...
Good thing we have a dwarf.
Esmeralda didn't see it when she was in the castle, so she has no idea where it might be.
Okay.
So where are we right now? Are we still at the castle, or are we elsewhere?
You are right now standing in front of Argynvost Holt with the black carriage in front of you.
Okay.
And there's nobody there. The carriage is drawn by two black horses that don't appear to be nightmares or anything. They're just black horses.
Hey, I'm willing to go and talk to him if you guys want me to.
Not just you.
So you do that. I'll go to the Amber Temple. Paul, what do you want to do?
I want to go. I think I want to go hang out with Strahd all by myself. I think it's a really good idea.
So you're both going to go hang out with Strahd by yourselves?
You can take turns.
Was that already taken?
Yeah, Tim took that one. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
He offered us safe passage. I say we take him up on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should go.
I think we should go.
Okay.
Just
all right.
Because I don't know how else we're gonna get there safely, especially because
what does Esmeralda think?
Esmeralda thinks that she's going to stick with you no matter what, just because that's the best chance to survive. She doesn't have any immediate leads on Van Richten's whereabouts anyway, so at this point, she's gotten out once. She might be able to help a little bit, at least in some areas of the castle, and her best chance of survival is to stick with you. The Vistani are after her, Strahd's after her.
Do you think going to see Strahd is a good idea?
She definitely doesn't trust Strahd, but she knows that if he gives word of safe passage in, you're at least going to get there without any issue. Getting out again might be the other.
What if we use this as an opportunity to talk? Strahd knows the viewpoint of Vladimir, I'm sure, and that he wants him to be tormented and all of that, and maybe we can use that to try to get that dragon head or whatever, and bring
that
it back.
if we bring the dragon head back, it might put Vladimir to rest. That might help
less
Strahd.
person. Strahd's got to bargain with them, so to speak.
You're dropping out, Dave.
Yeah.
We're only making out one word in 10.
Oh,
There you go. That's better.
Yeah, you're back up to green now. You're good.
okay. I turned my TV off,
Ah, yeah, that'll do.
Alright.
which streams from the other box.
Oh, it's streaming. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Wi-Fi box.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what were you saying?
So I was thinking that maybe we could kind of use that to bargain, or not bargain with them, but basically say, hey, this is one of your sworn enemies, and by giving them back this head, we think that he would basically, maybe go to rest then and leave you alone. That's pretty much all he's worried about, is getting the dragon head to its rightful resting place. So I think we should basically try to avoid confrontation, and this might be a way to,
I think before we ask that, we should ask him to see the dragon head.
yeah.
And maybe, tell him we've heard that he slayed this great dragon, and play on his ego, maybe.
Wasn't that a
To
long
find
time
out where
ago?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could maybe play on his ego. We know he took it as a trophy,
Shows
and maybe
where-
get him to show us where it is by, playing with him. That's
shows
just
we're
my
doing
idea.
our homework
Sure.
too.
Yeah, I think going to see him gives us a chance to
Yeah.
do homework.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm sold then.
Okay. So you guys are going to get into the carriage?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
I'm just gonna walk. No.
Really? Oh, hey, I'm gonna hop in.
Okay, so if you all pile into the carriage, the door actually slams shut behind you. Inside the carriage, it's very sumptuously decorated. It's actually got nice leather padded seats, and it's completely jet black interior, but with some red trim accents that are fairly nice looking. The windows are covered with thick black curtains from the inside, so there's not a lot of light in there, but enough that you can see each other faintly. It's dim light in there, Paul, so if you want to teleport from side to side of the carriage, you certainly can.
I'm going to do that all the time.
I thought you might enjoy that.
And while he's in mid-flight, I am going to cast light.
Whoops.
I'm
What-
gonna rock the carriage because
Time
the
out.
carriage
With
is
his-
rocking.
Yeah.
With Esmeralda.
Can I open the door?
If you try to open the door at the moment, it's openable.
Okay, I just wanted to see if it slammed shut and locked us. That's all I want to know.
At the moment, the carriage is not moving, though. So you try and leave the door open, or are you going to
Yeah,
shut
why
it
not?
again?
Let's
Ah.
test it.
No, I'm just gonna close it. And
Okay.
Are there windows?
I think if I opened it, I would assume then that it doesn't lock, and I would just move on. I don't think I would go like, oh, well, maybe if we're moving it locks, but if we're sitting still it isn't. Yeah, I wouldn't think that. That would seem weird. So I'd probably just close it and assume we're good.
Okay. Yes, Tim. There are windows that are covered by thick, dark curtains. That
But can we?
you can kind of move them aside and you can see out the windows there. It's almost like they're tinted, which isn't something you would have experienced as a PC before as a character.
Oh yeah, that would be weird. I think,
Yeah, but it's
this time.
yeah, it's
Are
almost
they openable? Can I-
no. They don't appear to have any mechanism for opening them. I mean, it's not an airtight cabin by any means, but so
Okay, I'm gonna take out a dagger and
Cut one of the
carve.
blinds.
Well, no, I'm gonna carve.
Oh.
He's gonna
I'm
carve
gonna-
his and
Clytus was
Esmeralda's initials into the.
Clytus and Esmeralda.
Into the
Yeah,
seat
well, I'm gonna
equals
carve.
heart.
Well, I was gonna carve. Clytus was here.
Hmm.
And
That's
then
what I
across-
expected.
And then on the other side, I'll carve a little heart with K plus E.
Okay, let's-
That's great.
okay, yeah, you're able to carve that. As you're doing that, the carriage jolts a little bit as the horses, through no signal that you can detect, start moving, and you can tell that.
Because it jolts, does it screw up his carving?
Yeah, he says a K plus. the middle slash of the E just goes wild and
I
swings
should
up.
have
Now
deck
a
saved.
lightning bolt.
Deck save.
So yeah, the carriage moves on.
You failed.
Yes, yeah, you stab yourself with your dagger. The carriage is moving along at a pretty good clip, bouncing over the road. It's starting. It's not night yet, but it is starting to get dark again. It's kind of perpetual late autumn here in Barovia, so it gets dark early. But you figure you'll probably be arriving to Castle Ravenloft at or near dark at the rate you're going. And so you ride along back to the main road, Old Svalich Road. Carriage takes a right, goes along there, and continues along. Clytus, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh yeah, perception being my greatest stat.
I have a toe.
Okay, actually, everyone can make a perception check if you wish.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
He's
nights
just
I can
staring
see
at
already.
Esmeralda the whole trip. Ah.
There we go.
Destroyed that one.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh,
Paul's too busy popping back and forth, teleporting to notice
I
anything.
think Clytus and Adrin are just so enamored by Adrin being able to jump back and forth all
Yeah.
the time.
So yes, Jugs, you and Rowan both notice, while the others do not, actually, that the whatever Clytus carved into the side is now gone.
Wow.
It you didn't notice any kind of transformation or hear anything. It was just like you turned away, and a little bit later you happen to look back there, and there's no trace whatsoever of his carving.
well, you know what that means. Escalation.
Magical.
Pull out my axe.
No, I was thinking of taking a pee, but we'll
Oh.
do that when we stop.
I'm gonna point it out to Clytus though.
Yeah, I'll be like, ah.
I know you went out of your way to carve it, so I want to
That's
point
right.
it out to you.
So you go
Oh, that
over
worked
the
for
river. At some point, you must enter Valaki, and you can hear. You don't hear many voices, but you can hear the sound of the carriage outside the carriage change a little bit, like you're moving through an area with buildings and whatnot. You hear the gates of Valaki open and close as the cart moves through, or the carriage moves through them. Do you happen to look out the windows as you're going through, or are
I
you...
think I'm gonna at least periodically look out the windows.
Okay, yeah. So you can, if you look out the windows, you notice you are passing through Valaki, and you don't see a sign of anyone, except maybe once or twice you maybe catch like a flit of a curtain at a window, like someone ducked back just as the carriage came into view, or generally people they recognize Strahd's carriage and get the hell out of there. So you again, and if you are watching, it's hard to see from the side, but it does look like the gates to Valaki actually, normally they're manned by guards, but you see no sign of the guards as this carriage approaches, and the gates open by themselves, allowing the carriage to pass through. So it continues on up past around the bend, starting to climb up to the mountains. You pass the remnants of old Bone Grinder, not smoking any longer, but still a massive ruin. You never did find out what became of Morgantha and her remaining surviving daughter.
Well, one of them died.
Yeah,
right?
you killed one of the hags.
Was it
Yes,
one of the daughters?
yes, you killed one of her,
Oh,
one of the
okay.
daughters, but you haven't heard. You had that one night of haunting, if you want to call it that, from the hag sisters after that, but not
I'm
sisters,
still missing
mother.
hit points from that.
Yes, you haven't found a way to restore those yet. But in any case, there's no sign of them now. Traveling up, you pass get to the the western gates of Barovia themselves, and those also open up just as they did before when you approached on foot. And eventually you reach the fork in the road that leads towards Castle Ravenloft, which you haven't really gone on yet, as far as I remember anyway. It takes the fork in the road and starts heading seriously up in elevation around the bends, and it's starting to get very dark, so you're not able to see too much. So it's kind of disorienting. It seems like the carriage is moving much faster than would be safe in a mountainous road, but the horses seem either very sure-footed or something else is guiding them, since the carriage, while bumping along, doesn't seem in any danger of overturning or anything. Eventually, however, it reaches a point where the road kind of levels out, and you hear the hooves of the horses taper off and gradually stop. And the door to the carriage, on its own again, swings open.
I was going to say I tried to open it, but
Yeah,
apparently
beat you
I
to
don't
it.
have to.
So outside, it is now close to full dark outside, so you're not able to see too much from inside the carriage itself.
Let's get up.
Yeah, I'm going to get out.
Okay.
Sure.
You get out, and give me a second here. I just want to see if I have a pic. Oh, yes. So you get out, and you are, just as Esmeralda described, you are basically, the carriage has stopped short of basically this immense pair of stone towers connected by an archway, which is at the edge of this massive chasm. And stretching over this chasm is a very rickety-looking drawbridge, wide enough to fit the carriage, but the carriage isn't on it. And across this chasm is basically a huge mountain spire that reaches up to this level, which is supporting Castle Ravenloft. So you've got this enormous castle towering up above this mountain. These towers are just huge. I mean, these towers of Castle Ravenloft extend much higher than any other sane tower you've ever seen constructed. Some of the windows are lit. There appears to be some windows lit in the courtyard. Torches, I should say, are lit in the courtyard, providing some illumination for you to see. But it is just a massively impressive and forbidding structure. And I think I've got a screenshot I can show you here. Or not a screenshot, but
Yeah.
That's-
It's a power plant.
yeah, the power plant of death.
Fight the power!
It's with the creepy ravens, man.
Yeah, you don't see any ravens like that in the immediate vicinity, but that's the spooky vibe that you get from this place. And again, it's dark, and it's not raining, but you do see like storm clouds faintly kind of illuminating with lightning off in the distance, like a storm might be brewing itself up.
Is the bridge down?
The drawbridge is lowered, which seems to imply that you could safely cross it.
Alright.
This is a great big...
Let's go.
Sure.
And
Oh.
this is actually probably not all that necessary, but you can see the cart there, and if you guys get out... I'll just put you right here. So this is more or less just to give you kind of a sense of scale, is that this is just showing the courtyard, the size of the courtyard of this castle in front of you, and the drawbridge. And that chasm, if you want to look down over the edge, it goes down like Esmeralda said, about 1,000 feet. You would be very hard pressed to jump across that if the drawbridge were to be raised, and even if you did jump, it pretty much the area right adjacent to the drawbridge, it doesn't like have a ledge really much beneath it at all, so you wouldn't have much room to catch on even if you tried to jump.
There's a gate on the other side. Does it appear to be open?
Yes, the gates are raised.
Okay.
I skip across the bridge.
Okay. And the bridge is rickety, but not. It does appear to support your weight, so you were able to cross without needing to make any kind of checks.
I mean, do we need to go one by one across, or
No, it's
will it
about the
support
scale,
all
so
of
you
us?
could. Well, if you want to,
Okay.
yeah, You figure that you could probably all, as long as you weren't all standing in the same exact spot,
Right.
you'd be safe enough. Who's going to control Esmeralda, by the way? Is that or Tim? Are you
Yeah.
going to assume? Okay.
Yeah, usually Tim.
So anyway, the entrance. Let me
Nobody
see.
controls her, man. Nobody.
Entering the courtyard. Dismal rain is starting to fall. Thick, cold fog swirls. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. And I am going to go ahead and move us to another map.
This guy should really keep his place up better.
Let him know that.
I will. Come
Oh,
on.
we will.
Don't
Alright,
you got some maintenance guys?
give me a second here. I want to copy. So this again is another great big map.
Okay.
But this is where you are.
I'll walk out there and wait.
Okay, yeah, this courtyard is immense. You see nothing moving and don't hear anything. Esmeralda indicates that the front doors are right here, and those are the ones that opened for her.
So I asked her, so how'd you get out of here the first time?
She said through the teleportation device.
Portal.
Okay.
Oh, let me see. I think I've
Why
got
do
him.
you laugh?
Here's another picture or image showing the height of these spires in the courtyard, just to give you a sense of how big this thing is.
Eh.
I call out, okay, Strahd, we're here. What's up?
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, the door was open.
Oh, the door of the castle is open?
I thought so. Hang on, I got the wrong thing open here. Again, bear with me while I go through this. But yeah, the entrance is open. There's actually light spilling out into the courtyard.
Okay. I still call out, we're here. What's up?
Your voice echoes throughout the various angles of the courtyard, but there's no verbal reply.
I say we wait out here.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, we met him halfway.
I'm going to step up to right there.
Okay.
I'm going to say, hello.
There's no verbal response, but from behind you, abruptly, the gates to the castle close, drop to the ground. And you hear the sound of immense chains, which it sounds like the drawbridge is being raised on the other side of the gates. Through that doorway there, since it is open, Adrian, I will actually reveal the area beyond, since you can pretty much make that out.
So I said, come on, Strahd, let's get this dance party going.
Yep, and again, bear with me because these all take a long time for me to look these up. But basically, that entryway, the ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. The doors, so the front door is open, and you've got another set of double doors in that entryway.
Are those closed?
At the moment, yes.
So, is anybody stepping in with me?
Oh yeah, I'm right behind you.
Are you guys hanging outside?
I was going to wait for him, but you guys all want to go in, fine, we'll go in.
Well, what are we gonna do if he doesn't ever respond? We're gonna be hungry.
Yeah, well, we wait.
Fine, I'm walking in. Whatever.
Okay.
All right, fine. If you're gonna go in, I'll go in too.
So you enter into that room, and the doors immediately in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with the sound of organ music. Overhead, in this vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight. And what is revealed, and that opens to the hallway beyond, is basically that. And Esmeralda says, yeah, this is where she went in. You can see the beginnings of what looks like a stairway going up over here on your left. And there's the passage on your left, on your right. So if you actually enter that room proper, you'll see more. And I will give you a description of that room. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches in iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you hear sad and majestic organ tones. And as you're standing there looking, deciding what to do, why don't you make a perception check?
Oh boy, here it comes again.
Here we go.
Was that starting with Paul's 23 down? Yeah, it must be.
Yep.
Okay. So Adrin and Jugs, you hear
Well,
what...
Rowan too, probably. Rowan got
a 7.
Rowan got a 7.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the above one.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You hear what sound like footsteps coming from this stairway to the north here. The entire party, in addition to that, hears the faintest sounds of what sounds like hundreds of voices raised in just anguished, tormented screaming, but not loudly in your head, just like this faint undercurrent of sound that seems to fill your head. Of like,
I am loving that we came here.
All right, let's do this.
Sure, let's do this.
what are you going to do?
Well, where's the organ?
Wait, I heard footsteps on the stairs.
Footsteps,
Yeah, I'm gonna
footsteps,
look
footsteps.
over to the stairs and see if I see someone.
If it's dim, I'm gonna teleport up the stairs.
Okay. So you teleport. Just show me where you're going to wind up here.
All right, let's see if I can go 60 feet. So hang on a second. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. That's well within range. Oh, well within range. I'm gonna go. Oh, come on, you suck. Select. What are you doing?
What the?
Right there.
What the heck? Hey, did anybody else have issues with their character sheet? All of my features and traits have disappeared.
Yes.
You have to. Yeah, I did, and you got to. There's a cheat at the bottom that says you got to enable simple mode. Under
If you go up near where it says core bio and spells,
Yeah.
click on the gear.
Oh. I didn't have a problem. All my stuff is still there.
Yeah, so is that new? Is that like a new feature that they added?
I
Must
think
be.
that maybe they did an update.
Yeah, okay.
So if you go to features and traits and you choose simple,
Okay, thank you.
I noticed too that all my spells tell me which ones have concentration and whether they're verbal and somatic and material.
you can turn that off too.
Sure.
Adrin, as you pop into position there, you see something and somebody. you see what looks to be a dusk elf walking towards you with brown skin and long black hair. He's wearing a gray cloak over black studded leather armor, and he has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. And as you kind of pop into position at the top of the stairs, he stops and kind of raises his eyebrows, and he says, "Greetings. My master is expecting you."
Cool. What's up, Home Slice?
What did you call him?
I said Home Slice.
Home slice? What's that from?
I don't know. It's just.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? What are we doing?
He extends his hand back down in a direction leading back down the stairs and says, "My master awaits in the dining room."
I say, dudes, he's gonna eat us. Oh,
Is the Dusk Elf coming down the stairs?
Well, he looks like he was heading that direction, and then he stopped when Adrian suddenly popped in front of him.
I'll move back downstairs.
Okay.
Does he follow?
Yes, as he starts moving back up, go back to the movement. He moves back down here and approaches, and now the rest of you guys can see him as well.
Okay. I walk up to him and I say, "Free all Dusk Elves."
He raises his eyebrows. And he says, "By what do you mean by that comment?"
I say that you should all be free. You and your brothers should all be free of the curse of Strahd. Roll credits.
Roll credits.
And you soon will be.
There's no need for freedom when Strahd takes care of you.
Well.
But
We'll see.
Is Strahd going to take care of us?
Strahd will always take care of you. In the meantime, if you will accompany me down the hallway, he moves along between you and down. If you guys actually, why don't you guys all make another perception check?
Perception check.
Hey, I finally got a good roll.
Okay, Clytus, since you were kind of closer to him, you noticed that he took great care to stand. Oh, I guess Adrian would too. I thought he was one of the earlier ones. He takes great care to stay about at least 10 feet away from you guys as he moves past you. So he kind of walks around you a little bit more than taking a direct path, even if one would have been directly available. He kind of winds around you.
All right, now since I noticed that, I'm going to walk up to him as friendly as I could be. Like, "So my name's Clytus. May I have the honor of your name?" And I kind of put my hand out like I'm going to shake his hand.
Okay, so you're walking up behind him. Do you approach within 10 feet?
Yeah, I'm walking straight up to him like I'm going to shake his hand.
Okay. Well, as you draw near, he says, "I would recommend keeping your distance."
Oh, why is that?
Let us just say that I have a particular affliction that would not be agreeable to you.
Bummer.
And
So
if
Strahd didn't take care of that?
he ignores that comment, but as you drew nearer to him, you noticed that the voices in your head, the lamentations, actually appeared to get louder.
Okay. Are they the lamentations of the women?
The women, men, and children, sounds like.
Okay. All right.
As he starts to walk down the hallway, I want to say, "Hey, wait, what's this way?"
At
And try
that
to
door
open the
there,
door.
he says, that leads to the Hall of Faith. Do you open the door?
Yeah, I was going to try to open it as I ask that.
Okay. He doesn't try to stop you. The door opens to reveal a great big ass long hallway. Grand Hall's choked with dust and stretches into darkness. Webs hang from the arched ceiling like drapes, and life-size statues of knights line the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you. He says, "There's nothing of interest for you down that hall of faith."
Okay. I'll just close the door and follow him.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right. And I guess, Tim, why don't you can you make a perception check for Esmeralda?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, her passive is 16.
Jeez.
There we go. +6.
Okay. So how did that work? If she's I guess she wants to roll a 1 or something then.
What do you mean?
She
No,
rolled
her-
an 11.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
makes
she
sense.
has a +6.
Right.
So her
Mine is-
passive is 16 because
Right.
you start at 10.
In any case, she recognizes the Dusk Elf as the one that she saw when she was escaping, and she sees no. It seems like he doesn't seem to react to her presence, but she also notices him kind of carefully watching her more than the others.
Okay.
In any case, he leads you down into this hallway below. And brief description there. Torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending at a spiral staircase that goes up and down. I guess I need to reveal
So
that.
I asked him, so what was your name again?
He says, "My name is Rahadin.
I said, hey, Rahadin, how you doing?
I am doing well, thank you."
Nice floors you got here. These floors are some special looking floors.
They are
like
nice
the pattern.
indeed.
Were you not going to ask him why the building is in such disrepair?
No. I'll
Uh,
leave it to you guys.
the building isn't in disrepair, actually. It seems to be fairly well constructed.
Oh, just the outside.
It's just not clean.
You're not noticing there's dust, I guess. Yeah, there's dust, and
Jeez.
it's
And you said cobwebs all
Mhm.
over.
Webs everywhere. Yeah.
But maybe he likes cobwebs.
yeah. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention at a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a steady bright light escapes through the opening. Swells of organ music come from behind the doors, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the hall. And Rahadin kind of gestures towards the door and says, "My master awaits you within."
All right.
Is
And
he playing? I asked him, is he playing the organ?
my master enjoys many instruments, one of which is the organ. Imagine Fugue in D. He's playing like that. You ever hear that old Styx song that starts at dun, dun, dun? That's what it sounds like. But in any case, the doors are slightly open, and there is light inside waiting for you, apparently.
The ones by Adrin there?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
So if you open, I will reveal that room.
Yeah.
Okay. That room is huge. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods: roasted beast basted in savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks its tone in greatness of despair. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. The figure suddenly stops, and as a deep silence falls over the dining hall, it slowly turns towards you.
Spooky.
And it is, you recognize Strahd von Zarovich.
Too bad Adrian's not in there.
He turns to you and looks slowly at each one of you in turn without saying a word. He's not smiling, he's not frowning, he's just gazing upon you, kind of taking the measure of you.
I say, hey, congratulations.
He turns back to you and says, hey, yourself, what is this congratulations for?
I hear you're getting married.
Where did you hear this?
What was his name again? The not the bishop.
Yeah.
Was it the bishop?
Wasn't it?
The abbot?
Or Abbott.
Abbott.
That's
Abbott.
what it was.
The abbot. Hey, abbot. Yeah, the abbot. He introduced us to your bride, your fiance. Had us pick out a dress for you. We did. I hope you liked it.
I wasn't aware the abbot was familiar with Irina.
Oh, that's not what we heard. What was the robot girl's name? Did we get a name?
Yeah, I heard you were marrying some undead chick.
No. What was her? Didn't he give us a name for her?
No, she was undead. He brought her back.
Oh, I know, she was. But what I thought he gave us a name for her.
He created her for you.
Did we get a name?
You did. If you guys wanted to make like a wisdom check, I can see if you remember it.
No, it's a saving throw. Sorry.
Good for you.
Paul remembers.
Yes, Adrian remembers that her name was Vasilka, and she was not an undead. She was actually a construct.
Yeah.
Vasilka, you were supposed to get married to Vasilka. Irina's not married.
Not yet. Who is this Vasilka of whom you speak?
I don't know. You tell me. I was told she was your fiance.
I was told you were into robot chicks.
I didn't realize you were a polygamist.
Someone obviously has been telling tales. There is only one in the land of Barovia who is for me.
Aw, that's sweet, but I'm taken.
I say, so you asked us here for dinner. Why?
I thought you might be hungry.
You're not going to eat us, are you?
No. Where have you heard such barbaric tales?
I point to that guy that's standing out in the hallway.
He actually isn't there anymore.
Oh, damn it.
Well, at least not that you can see.
So, got the coffin. Thank you very much. Don't know what to, I didn't bring anything. I feel kind of bad. I'm, sorry about that. We would have stopped to pick up some wine, but, the carriage wouldn't take us anywhere where we could get some. So, why'd you want us to come talk to you? Seems like you had something on your mind.
I simply wanted to invite you into my home to give you a welcome and to let you know that I bear you no ill will.
Aw, that's sweet.
And
so we can leave?
I didn't say that.
Well, we just got here. It'd be rude for us to leave right now.
Well, right, after dinner, perhaps.
But I mainly wished to invite you here as a means of celebration. As you have stated, I am indeed getting married. Not to this Vasilka, but to Irina. The wedding will be within several days, but I thought it would be important, since you were instrumental in keeping her alive, that you should be a part of the celebration.
Is Irina aware of this?
Yeah, why is she not here for dinner?
She is indisposed.
Why is that? We're buds, we're all good friends of hers, and
Yeah,
we'd like
can
to
she
say hi.
join us?
Irina will be joining us shortly, but in the meantime, please enjoy yourself of the fine dishes available in front of you.
What does shortly mean? I mean, that could be 30 seconds. It could be 30 days. What do you mean shortly?
He starts actually just kind of chuckling, and the chuckle becomes a deep laugh, and then abruptly he disappears. And the moment he disappears, fierce, bone-chilling wind rises up and roars through the hall. It puts out all the open flames, and you hear screeching of ancient hinges and the solid thud of many heavy doors slamming shut one after the other into the distance.
This is such a good idea.
So I go over to the organ and I start playing chopsticks.
Nice.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm going out in the hallway.
Okay. Let's take this.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a performance roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, 18.
No, 18.
Wow.
He was not too bad, actually. He plays chopsticks well.
Yes.
Wow.
I start rocking out.
Okay. So first off, Jugs, you go into the hall. You notice that all the torches have gone out. So the hall is completely dark. You have dark vision, so you can see. Rowan, you're in complete darkness, so you're kind of freaking out. Because you don't know what the hell has happened. You did see Strahd disappear before this happened,
So it turned dark in here?
yeah, it went completely dark.
Alright. I'm going to try to cast light on one of the chandeliers.
Okay, yeah, you're able to do so, and it illuminates the room. And Clytus, you go over to the organ and just start mashing out and moshing out and playing all the keys. I mean, it makes the organ actually does work, which you heard it before, but it doesn't sound as good as when Strahd was playing it, possibly because you have no musical skill whatsoever. But
I have +3 in performance.
You rolled an 18.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I
Yeah,
rolled
that's
an
right.
18.
That's
Just
right.
so you know, when he starts playing it, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion of Strahd's voice telling him to stop touching my organs.
Okay. Yeah, you start playing. You hear Strahd's voice say to you in your ear, just like he's standing right next to you, "Stop playing with my organs."
I start singing out loud. I'm playing with Strahd's organ. I'm playing Strahd's organ. I'm touching his organ.
Doesn't he have to do a wild surge for that?
No, it's a
No,
cantrip.
yeah, it's a cantrip, and he hasn't activated his Tides of Chaos or whatever it is. So, but Clytus, make another perception check.
Oh man, perception's my suckiest. All right, well 12 isn't totally off.
Bad.
Okay, yeah, so that wasn't enough. So, yeah, so you keep playing and singing, and the rest of you guys, and this organ is friggin' loud. I mean, when Strahd was playing, at least there was musical, but now it's just like this discordant. Imagine someone just mashing the keys of an organ when you're at Guitar Center, but it's like cranked up to 24, and your brain is about to explode.
I walk up and I slam the shutter down on the organ. Is there a cover?
No, there is actually no cover. It's one of those big multi-level ones that the keys are just built in. There's no dust cover.
Don't make me cast silence on your ass, man.
Oh man.
I bet Strahd is laughing, even if he's not.
Oh, I started playing that. What was that? What was that movie with? Who was the guy who was married to?
I'm gonna eat.
I'm going to walk down
The
here.
chick from E.T. where he does, "Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?" You know what movie I'm talking about?
No.
Tom Green. It's the movie of Tom Green.
I never was a great big Tom Green fan, so.
No, me either. But it was a terrible song, so I'm going to play that.
Just thinking of the most annoying thing you can possibly do.
Teleport there.
The food on the table, if you eat it, is tasty. If you drink the wine, it is delicious.
Yeah, right.
I just want to go explore while they're doing that.
Okay, so
bit.
you're gonna leave them alone in this.
I'm not going to go down the stairs. I just want to walk down this way and see what I can see without going down to another level.
Okay, the stairs. The staircase, spiral staircase going up and down. Chill wind rushes down the circling stairway, seeming to kill the very heat of your body. This is. Let's see. There we go.
Okay. That's what I couldn't see.
Yeah, I hadn't revealed it yet.
So, is Doofus, are you still playing that stupid organ?
Oh yeah, you can hear it. I think they can hear it in Kresk, actually.
I want to walk up to Esmeralda and ask her where this teleportation thing was.
What?
Exactly.
All right, I stopped playing.
She says the teleportation device I found was in the lower level, which I did get to by going down that stairway, which she indicates the stair that Jugs was just checking out.
Screw it, let's go for it.
Okay,
Let's go.
so if you were an egotistical douchebag like Strahd, you killed a dragon, would you put it on display somewhere?
It's probably hanging above his bed.
Would you bury it with all your other doodads, your treasure hoard? Did you see any dragon bones down there when you were down there?
Esmeralda did not, but she thinks you have a good point on the... Strahd has an immense ego. He probably wouldn't stick it down in a dungeon. He probably would make it a trophy and want to exhibit, saying, look how I crushed my enemies.
So when we look down this hallway here, what are these individual statues like people he might have vanquished? Like this is a trophy room?
If you want to go back up there and explore, you can possibly learn more.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Would you like to learn more?
So,
It's called the
Rowan,
Hall
you're...
of Faith.
Yeah, Rowan, you're, again, if you leave this room, you're going to be in the dark again.
Okay, I'll blow another cantrip and put it on my quarterstaff.
Okay, yes.
Blow.
Your staff is now alight. That hall...
Just like Gandalf.
Yeah, it's like... That hallway, the doors slam shut again, but you are able to open them back up. The statues look to be of knights, and they do seem to be just statues. They don't move to attack you. It's just their eyes seem to watch you, but it's kind of just one of those optical illusions like some paintings have.
Are the lovebirds coming along, or is he gonna bang her on the dining room table?
On the organ?
Yeah.
I walk into the long hallway and I go right there.
You walk along the long highway and go where?
I go into the hallway.
You are okay. Yeah, you're in the. I was assuming you were in the hallway, and
Oh.
yeah, the statues don't appear. You don't recognize any of them. They don't appear to have like nameplates or anything like that, but they do all appear to be slightly different.
Is there? I forget. I'm gonna do a little bit of searching. Maybe there's a secret something here.
Yeah, I generally use passive perception for that.
Okay.
And if you want to do an active search, you can tell me, and then I'd let you roll a perception check to see if you.
I'll do an active search.
Okay.
I'll
Too
do
bad
this.
it's passive.
Okay.
I'll do that side.
Yeah. Well, if Adrin didn't find anything.
Oh, okay.
Then I continue down to the doorway.
Okay. Let me move my map a little bit here. And the doorways at the end of the hall do not appear to be locked. So they can be opened by these enormous handles if you wish.
I touch the enormous handles and open the door.
Okay. There's no negative reaction to touching them and opening them. They open with sort of a screech, but definitely no resistance otherwise. Revealing a very large room beyond.
Ooh, that looks cool.
And dim colored light filters through tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot high domed ceiling. A balcony runs through the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, 2 dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs, kind of overlooking the chapel. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond the debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-relief of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet.
Wow.
This looks bad. Do I recognize any of the holy symbols?
Yes, actually, you recognize the holy symbols as being that of the Morning Lord.
Wow.
Well, we like him. Let's go in.
Yeah.
Do I recognize the cloaked figure?
Not from where you're standing.
Okay. Just curious.
So, Rowan, you immediately approach the altar?
Yeah, I'm like 5 feet away, I guess, right?
Okay. So yeah, you're definitely able to confirm that the various symbols and religious artifacts, or not artifacts, but accoutrements on display are of the Morning Lord. The figure on that is slumped over, he's kind of laying face down, so you'd have to like turn him over to see.
So he's like on this thing?
He's draped over the altar itself.
An actual body?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll move up and investigate.
Okay. Yeah, this body is draped across the altar. It seems to be has his arms reached out for this silver statuette that's on the altar, and there's a black mace on the floor near its feet.
Okay. I'll move him.
Okay, yeah, he kind of slowly slides down, collapses on the ground. It's actually, his body is kind of partially rotten, but it's not actually rotted. It's more emaciated and like dusty, like it's been dead a long time. He actually pulls the cloth covering the altar off with him. Kind of collapses on the ground, and it's kind of a noisome puff of nasty stench. But it's an older corpse, you can tell. It looked like at one point he was human when he was alive. And he looks like he has some kind of vestments of a cleric, but you don't recognize the heraldry.
Okay. Does he have like a holy symbol on him?
He looks like he might have some kind of a wooden holy symbol, but again, you do not recognize
Okay.
who the god is or what the holy symbol is.
Can I check out that? Which way is that mace from where I'm standing?
It's literally right at your feet.
Okay. I wanna. Do you have detect magic, Jugs?
I do.
I didn't have it.
I don't have it prepped. Is there any way we can let's do something with this guy to honor him, or
Yeah, we should maybe
bury him? I don't know. Was the outside all stone on the ground, or was it?
The courtyard?
Yeah.
It looks like it was actually mainly flagstone, although there's obviously places where there's dirt and that's blown on and grass is creeping up between some of the stones, but
not a place we could bury a body.
No, not easily.
Yeah. I'll take out some holy water and just kind of sprinkle it on him and say a prayer.
Okay. Yeah, he actually
check out that mace.
All right, his body, just to note, he is wearing a handsome fur-lined black cloak embroidered with golden thread. He's wearing a suit of chainmail. And then there's the mace on the floor.
Okay. I'm going to take him and put him on one of the pews and cross his hands over his chest. And
where are you putting him?
On one of the pews?
Oh, on one of the pews. Okay.
There it is. Over
Okay.
there.
Sure. And then like put his hands over his chest and
Yeah.
at least give him some dignity.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to put him down there.
Yeah.
I don't care about him, so I'm just gonna keep searching the chapel,
Yeah,
looking to
I want
figure
to
things
check
out.
out that mace.
Okay. It is basically a black mace. Looks like it's made out of some kind of black iron of some sort.
Pick it up.
Okay. All right. You're
Dead.
No, you're not dead. You get an uneasy vibe from this thing. As you're touching it, it feels just kind of wrong. Like
Like
it's
different alignment.
well,
maybe?
it's hard for you to tell just by picking it up. I mean, if
Right.
you want to try and attune to it, you might know more, or you might actually, die. Who knows?
No, I'll leave it. I think that's kind of I take that as a sign that this isn't right for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't take any damage. You don't have any
Yeah.
deleterious effects.
Right.
But, to find out what it would be like, you or someone would have to attune to it.
Right. No, I don't need to do that.
Okay.
What about the rest of the altar?
The rest of the altar, again, most of the stuff slid off except for this statuette, the silver statuette. It is, let's see, hang on here. I think I've got a picture.
If it's got a picture, it must be important.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Wow.
Oh, well, okay, you know that now. Oh, that was in the wrong section. Oh, well, okay, so,
Oops.
yep. All right, well, we'll just take this as read then. Yeah, that got put in the wrong section, yep. But, yes, it definitely has immense magical powers.
Jeez, 10 pounds. Fuck. How big is that damn thing?
12 inches tall.
Wow.
So it's a 12-inch tall statue of pure silver.
Let's sell it!
All
I
right.
should keep it. I think all this stuff's important.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to basically assume at the next short rest you take that you attune to it, and after that point you'll be able to use any of the powers associated with it.
Or it kills me.
Or it'll kill you.
So I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Okay.
What should I call it?
Icon of Ravenloft would work.
So has anybody taken the mace?
Rowan looked at it and then he dropped it again.
It kind of felt wrong to me.
Oh. Then if you say it felt funny, then I won't pick it up.
Otherwise, yeah, there's not much else in the church apart from a lot of dust and remnants of smashed pews and that sort of thing.
Is there a window where I'm standing, or is that a hallway?
That is. Give me a second here. Oh, let's see what that is. That is an opening which leads to what looks like some sort of a vestibule.
Hello, Mr. Vestibule.
And let's see if you can see anything. Is that the right one? Yes, okay. This arched room connects a vast chamber to the east and a staircase that rises to the west. Alcoves in the north and south walls hold 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. black shadows fall across their faces.
So is this stairwells going down or up?
Up.
Probably go up to the balcony.
So where was the balcony in this picture?
It would have been over
On
the
the
top
west.
on the west wall, overlooking the chapel.
So we're near where we came in. I guess I'm lost where the directions are.
So
Yeah, this is the west side of the room.
Okay.
It's north,
I
south,
think
east,
if you
west.
So
go
how
upstairs, it'll
tall is it up there? Can I teleport up there?
Yeah, it's up there a ways. Hang on, this will probably take me some time. How far is your teleportation ability?
60 feet. I mean, I'm just curious if I could take a quick pop up, and if it's not, then that's fine.
You can, but unfortunately, it's not a quick lookup for me because of the orientation of all
And
the
I
different
don't want
maps.
to do it because
Okay.
I don't want to make DM.
Well, no, I mean you can
Don't
see up
piss
there.
off the DM.
The
Good.
it's like a balcony with two slumped figures sitting in chairs overlooking.
No, and then I'd rather go up the stairs with everybody then. Okay. I'm going to go over to Jugs because he's looking down another
Okay.
hallway, right?
Yes, and he sees similar.
It's a mirror, I'm betting.
No, not quite. That's the. Oh, this is similar. Arched room connects vest chamber, blah, 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 and landing of a staircase to the west. To the left of the landing, the stairs curl down into darkness. To the right, the stairs climb into thick drapes of cobwebs. I guess I'll just reveal this whole section here. So to the left they curl down into darkness. To the right they curl up into really thick cobwebs. And the alcoves again hold 8-foot tall sculptures of helm knights with bright blades, black shadows obscuring their faces.
Is the room in like the stairs all made out of stone?
Yes.
Can I cast Firebolt at the cobwebs?
Sure.
Right, okay.
And I need to look up what that would do.
I'm gonna try to burn them.
Okay. So yeah, you cast Firebolt, and it ignites basically a 5-foot cube of the webbing and burns it away. Takes about a round.
So the rest of the webbing doesn't catch?
No, it kind of burns itself out, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind, that didn't work.
Well, basically, by the rules, any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in one round, and it would deal fire damage to any creature that started its turn in that fire. So
Okay.
it's not like you're going to start a chain reaction that burns down. You know.
all of them.
Yeah.
They burn, but they're not quote unquote
Right.
flammable.
You couldn't start a great big fire with just a firebolt. In other words, fireball would definitely do more, but
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I think we should go up.
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so and now comes the fun part. Give me a minute to figure out where this is going. All right, so I'm gonna copy you guys so I can put you on the next level. You're gonna take this spiral staircase going up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Watching the game again, Dave?
No,
Oh,
I've ever.
your network is cutting out again.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is hardly worth it because it's only going to be a brief time spent.
Oh, did you pick the wrong one?
No, it's actually just
Or,
that.
well, not you, him.
Did
So it keeps going up.
yeah? So it goes spiraling along and continues upwards.
Keep going up.
I guess we continue.
Yes. So, yes. And, yeah. Again, apologies that this takes a long time, but Roll20's interface doesn't make it simple. All right, so next up would be... Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Okay, so actually it winds up again and keeps climbing and climbing.
Huh, we picked the exact right thing to do. It's off the DM.
You really picked the right one.
Yeah,
Paul.
this is a huge staircase. It just keeps spiraling up.
Do I think this is going up the main tower?
You're not sure,
In
but
that tower, yeah.
you noticed that there were multiple spared towers, and this might be one of them.
I want to see what's at the top of one of these towers.
So you
I
keep.
knew it was going to
Do it.
Dragon head.
You're gonna keep climbing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Other ways to look. Okay. So I'm gonna bring you over to this map.
Actually, Paul, I think I want to go back downstairs.
You immediately die because the DM smites you.
I just went red for a minute. Lost you guys. I'm still lost, Dave. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Dave's having issues. Sounds like. Oh, now he's green.
Okay.
Does he have his headset on?
Nope.
Oh, now it went out again.
And he's red again.
Now he's red. Yeah, Dave, can you hear us?
Even if he can hear us, we can't hear him.
Okay, yeah, you're down in the red in terms of connection, but well, I'll assume that you can still hear us. In any case, this spiral staircase finally ends at a 5-foot wide stone walkway that circles the shaft. In the center of the tower's highest floor, a 15-foot diameter hole drops into the cold heart of Ravenloft itself. Cold air rushes up out of the shaft, sending a chill through you. Arrow slits line the walls, and aging beams support a steep, cone-shaped roof. One beam and part of the roof have fallen away, leaving a gaping hole open to the stormy sky. So imagine yourself up hundreds of feet, and just the wind is blowing through this hole in the ceiling. It's dark, it's stormy, and let's see. What are your guys' passive perceptions?
15.
Okay. So you guys spot something lurking among the rafters. A small, spindly man, not much larger than a child. A flash of lightning illuminates its face, which is painted like a grinning jack-o'-lantern.
I say, yo.
Oh, there you. Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Did you miss what he said?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'll reread it. Something lurks among the rafters. A small, spindly man, not much larger than a child. A flash of lightning illuminates his face, which is painted like a grinning jack-o'-lantern.
How high up is he?
Rafters are not that much higher than you, maybe 20 feet up.
Well, I'll say hi first.
Okay. The figure, again, it's dark, but you guys have all dark. You all have dark vision. You can
Except
see it.
Rowan.
It kind of cocks its head at you and raises its hand and waves.
So I want to teleport up, but I don't want to be right next to him. I don't want to scare him. I want to be can I be about 10 feet away from him?
Sure. Yeah, the rafters up there are such that you could like kind of be holding onto one, supporting yourself.
I will teleport up, and I will take a seat on a rafter and say, "Hi, I'm Adrian."
Okay. How much do you weigh?
We did this last
Yeah,
time.
and I thought you wrote it down. I thought you had looked it up and wrote it down.
Thought I wrote it down too. It would have been bio and info. No. The frick is it? Oh, bio. 165 pounds.
Okay. The rafter you're on is definitely creaking, and you think it might snap before too long if you stay there. But you can stay there long enough. Hello. It just I gotta reconnect Tim here.
Okay, that seems better.
Well, I'll stay there for like enough to say hi. I'm Adrian, and since it's creaking, do I see any other rafters that would be more stable?
Yeah, I guess just to make a long story short, you managed to find one that would support your weight.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So all this while you're kind of bink, 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 looking around for a rafter. This figure's just kind of watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you notice it's moving very precisely, and there's something not quite human about the way it's moving to watch you.
Huh.
Without
a,
bright light,
construct.
yeah, without bright light, you couldn't really say more. Although, if Rowan comes up with his staff, then that would illuminate it much more brightly.
Come on up, Rowan.
Well,
Dave?
no, you want to disconnect and reconnect.
Dave, are you there?
I am, but
Oh,
the sound keeps cutting out. I plugged in my cord, so it shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah,
And
we hear you.
You got a green connection now.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want to come up with your staff to illuminate this area, you would definitely
Sure.
be able to illuminate. And
Yeah, I keep following. people.
okay,
so
Yeah.
just FYI for anybody else, I changed my video resolution to low, and that
Oh,
I've done that, and that's seemed to help my connectivity. But it's fuzzy, but I don't need to see how pretty everybody is.
Oh,
yeah, it's just mainly see facial expressions.
I don't really watch it too much anyway.
And then you can even do frame rate of low as well if you want.
Tell
Where
me
is
I'm
that?
pretty.
Oh,
Under
there it is.
cogwheel, video settings,
Yep,
resolution, low, frame rate. Yep.
Low.
You set yours to low?
Yep. My frame rate is adaptive. That seemed to really help me when I was having issues.
Okay.
Yeah, all the rest of you guys are solid green. It just seems like Dave's is the one that's low at the moment.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna go get some water. Sorry.
I went and plugged in my Ethernet cord, so hopefully that solves it.
Oh, you can turn off local video too. So that, well, that's weird. Why is it mirroring? It mirrors by default? That's weird. Oh, Dave's red again.
Yeah, everything like froze.
You sound good.
Yeah, your sound is good.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, still green or still red on the video though.
Yeah, I'm messing with the settings here, so I got resolution on low. Right?
You go frame rate, low bandwidth. See if that helps.
Yeah. That's where it's at right now.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've got you on there anyway, so let's
Yeah.
keep on going. So anyway, if you come up with your staff, Rowan, you can
Yeah.
illuminate this thing more fully, and it's obvious you're looking not at a small man, but a mockery of one. This thing is not a creature of flesh and bone, but a construct made of dried leather stitched and tightly wrapped over an articulated frame. You hear the soft tumbling and clicking of gears. And as you drop, it kind of looks down at all of you. Again, its face doesn't seem to move, which is kind of unnerving, but its head does, and it moves. It's really kind of disorienting and kind of unsettling in a way because it looks like it's imitating how a person would move, but in a way that's not like a person.
And it's not speaking at all.
Nope.
I walk up to it and I say, "Can you understand me?"
It looks at you and goes. Again, you hear that.
Okay. I said, well, I asked him, "Do you serve Strahd?"
It kind of cocks its head to the side and doesn't seem to reply.
I say, "Are you Strahd's eyes?" I say, you're kind of interesting. You want to come with us?
It looks at you each a turn and goes,
All right.
let me show you the. It's going to reveal its name, but which won't make any sense to you at the moment, but that's okay. That's what he looks like.
All right.
Piddlewick.
Yep, Piddlewick.
It looks cool.
Yeah, he's
Say,
pretty cool.
I bow to him and I say, it's very nice to meet you.
He actually, he kind of leaps down at the floor next to you and bows in the same, basically a mimic of what you just did to him.
All right.
So
How
before
tall
we,
is this thing?
I'm sorry?
How tall is this thing?
He is... I don't know if I've got an actual height for him. I'm going to say that he's probably about the size of like a halfling.
Creepy.
so there's a hole in the ceiling.
Actually, no, he's small. He's a small construct, so smaller than halfling. Yes, there's a large hole in the ceiling.
And it's dark outside.
Yes, except for the infrequent lightning illumination.
I don't know about you guys, but I could get out this way. You guys might be screwed, but I could get out this way.
The rest of you are doomed.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
yep, that's the top of that spire, and really, there's nothing else up in that area at all.
All right. Well, let's start heading back down. Now, does he follow us?
Yeah, if you start heading back down, he'll go along with you, and I guess I'll go ahead and control him.
So let's go up on the balcony then. How about that sound?
Sure.
Does that sound-
Sure.
I'm good.
Okay, let me copy you guys, including Piddlewick. Okay, now we go back to the main. Actually, if so, how are you planning to get to the balcony area?
So, well, I'm going to go back to the main floor, and then we're going to take this stairwell up. I'm assuming it goes to the balcony.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
Oh, and as we're going down, I say to the creature, I say, "Hey, my name's Clytus, by the way."
All right. It looks up at you and doesn't speak, but
Yeah.
it seems like it heard you anyway. So if you're going back up to that stairway, that goes up. Okay, now let's get everyone together again here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I had you guys on that level, just at a different location. I will set you up there. Get you up there. And we'd say you guys show up here. Well, I don't know if this is the right order, but you climb the stairs and
So I was in front.
yeah, go ahead and rearrange yourselves, and I'm going to look up that room while I close the 9 million other levels that I just had.
Oh, we lost Dave.
Oh yeah. Crap.
He disconnected. He rebooted. So if you see him, call him back.
No, that's not it. Okay, yeah, that's just a creaky landing of sorts that would go up to Yep. Okay, so I will reveal this. Right. And let me me see if I can get Dave back. Don't usually have this many problems with VC.
All right.
Yeah, you're there, still very low in bars, but
I don't get it. I got my Ethernet cord connected.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Anyway, yeah, we can hear you, so that's the important thing. Okay, so anyway, you climbed up this riser, and it led out onto the balcony area that was overlooking the chapel below. I can briefly read that area here. Sculpted stone railing encloses this long balcony, which overlooks Ravenloft's chapel. 2 ornate thrones stand side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from the double doors that give access to the balcony. Oh, okay, you actually came up that way, so it would, I'm assuming you would go around the corner to take a look.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the double doors are right there, and as you round the corner there, Adrian, you notice the figures in the chairs suddenly stand and turn to face you. And it looks like they are very zombie-like in appearance.
Uh-oh.
Definitely, they look undead, and they move to attack. They are not surprised, and really you're not surprised since they were moving so slow. Let me get rid of everything here first. So, okay. Why don't we go ahead and roll some initiative?
Hang on a second. Let's see.
Yeah, wow. I will do them separately. I gotta add Esmeralda for you, don't I?
Yep.
Oh, how did those guys get in there twice? Oh, I still had them selected. Okay, did she not get added?
She's in. She got an 8.
Who's
I clicked on her when I clicked it, but
Okay,
no, that's mine. Sorry, I'm 15. She's an 8.
Okay.
okay. All right, Adrian, Jugs, Classroom, that's it. Okay, great. So let me sort. So it looks like Clytus is going to get to go first. Actually, let me...
I got a 20 deck, so I'm guessing I can look for anybody else at 14.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Well, I got a 15. You got a 14.
Right, well, he's saying that all the other 14s, he would go first. He would beat out
So
Rowan and the zombie.
Clytus is first. Yeah.
You're good, Clytus. Do whatever you need to do.
I think now Tim might have froze.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, damn VC.
Yep.
All right, because I turned all my stuff down.
There you go. Now you're green again.
Yeah, okay. I turned all my stuff down. I don't know what the deal is. All right, so Clyde is going first. Clyde's going to walk up.
And it just went out again. Damn. Nope. Now Tim's, well, Tim, you're intermittently green.
So you didn't hear any of that, huh?
No, I didn't.
I'm going to turn on dead. I'm going to step where I just stepped and turn on dead, and it's a DC 14.
Gotcha. Wisdom?
Well, for me, it's based on
It's a wisdom save.
yeah, it's a wisdom save. Yes.
Right. So one of them made it, as did the other.
Oh well, then. Yeah.
The zombies kind of moan at you and do not appear to.
They're not impressed.
Yes, they are not impressed. So you're going to move it all?
Well, I did. That where I moved is where I'm moving, so I'm good there.
Gotcha. Okay, Adrin.
I'm gonna punch a zombie.
Punch the zombie. It's a good album title.
Mm.
They are not very dexterous, so you definitely hit with both of those.
18 points of bludgeoning magical damage.
Okay. And that's bludgeoning type damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so... And then that's divided between 9 and 9 plus 2. Okay, so on your first punch, you actually knock one of the zombies' legs off. On your second punch, you knock one of his arms off.
They're not much of a zombie, are they?
No, except that you notice the parts actually... The leg starts to kind of seesaw its way towards you, and then the arm actually starts to claw its way towards you.
Cool.
So the
This
individual...
is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So that was your attack. Anything else, or are you just gonna...
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stand there and let him punch me.
Okay. Well, first Rowan gets a chance. So, Rowan, you get
Can
to
you
punch
hear
at
me?
him first. Yep, we can hear
Yep. Okay. Which one of the zombies is the 14?
you. What do you mean, which is the 14? The one he just hit?
Yeah, which one has the 14? I mean, do I know?
The
Which-
14 what? I don't know.
Which one is?
Oh, which one has initiative 14? No, you don't really know.
You know, I don't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to. Seeing that guy wasn't hit, I'm gonna target this second one,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to do that banishment.
Okay, so one creature with another plane of existence. Okay. All right, so it needs to make a charisma save.
Well,
Okay. It apparently failed. You see the zombie actually kind of fade away, but then as it's just barely transparent, it actually comes back again. So you get the impression overall that the spell would have worked, but something prevented it from being transported to another plane that was stronger than the magic of the spell.
okay.
And putting two and two together, you kind of realize, okay, all these souls are trapped in Barovia. They can't leave the plane.
Yeah, right. They
nothing-
can't really go anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty much nothing can leave without Strahd.
All right. Well, that was worth a shot.
Yeah, well, it's not like if you would have been a caster where you had to like actually learn your spells and they would take up like one of 5 spells known, I would have not had you waste that. So,
Well,
but
that's okay.
yeah, this was a little
mean,
bit more interesting to cast it and see what happened
I
firsthand.
get to choose another one at the next long rest. So.
So that was you, zombie. Okay, this is the zombie. The one that's next is indeed the one that had his arms and legs coming off. They're all right there, and let's see. So what it does, these zombies get 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. So each, the leg actually isn't able to attack, but the arm can. So it still gets all 3 attacks. And it's going to attack Adrin. So first a bite. 20?
Yep.
Okay, so it bites you for 4 points of piercing damage and 2 claw attacks. 16, I doubt, hits.
Correct.
And a natural 1 always misses, so that's its round of attacks. Jugs is up.
Alright, I think I'm gonna move. Oh, let's see. I can move. Okay, I can probably move to like right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a firebolt at the zombie. I'll do.
Which one?
So the top one that's missing an arm and a leg.
Gotcha. Go for it. No problem.
19.
No problem. Hit him.
12 fire.
Okay. You consume the zombie in fire. It had actually exactly 12 hit points. Let me see. Okay, yep. So when it's reduced to 0 hit points, all parts of it die. So at that point, the leg stops kicking around and the arm stops twitching. So
Okay.
that one is dead.
Creepy.
Esmeralda's up.
Okay, she's gonna glance over at the little robot guy.
Mhm.
What is he doing right now?
He just kind of seems to be watching you guys all run down the stairs. He kind of looks over at Esmeralda as she's looking back at him, but he doesn't move.
All right, well then she runs up the stairs, and magic missiles the other one.
Okay,
Let's see. Hold on.
that would always hit.
Oh, yeah, it won't let me click on that. How do I did this last time. Oh, there we go. Magic missile. She'll cast it as a level 2 spell.
Ooh. Zot. Oh, only 2 and 11. Okay, so 13 total. Oh, that added
no,
2.
that is
so
the total.
okay,
Yeah.
so 11. Okay, that damages it. Let me think here how this would work. It's blood. Okay, so it's just force damage, so it doesn't knock off limbs or anything.
Right.
Okay. Zombie number 2. He is going to step over to Clytus and make 3 attacks. Bite, claw, claw. 17.
Nope.
That was for the bite. The 1 claw misses, and I doubt like hell an 11 would hit then. So yeah, it missed you all 3 times.
Okay.
We're back at the top of the round.
So my turn for that. I will. I'll go ahead and just hit it 3 times with my battle axe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So 17.
Okay, it looks like it's well, let's see what happens when you do this. This is slashing damage from the axe, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you on your first slash, you slice through its neck, and its head literally pops off and rolls around on the ground at your feet, and it starts going at you. The second one, you slice off one of its arms, but it is still alive.
Or undead.
Yes, it is still undead. So the head did not land in your space, so it can't make a bite attack at you. Did you have 3 attacks or just 2?
I think I only get 2, don't I? I get 1 plus a bonus.
Okay, I thought you said you make 3 attacks, so
No, sorry. Esmeralda gets 3. I just get 2.
Okay. Then Adrin's
She's
up.
special.
Yeah, she is.
He will whack stuff. So 5 footstep for. Actually, I'll walk around and get advantage.
Okay.
I move 50. And
That'll
I'll
work.
do that. 23.
Yep.
22. 18 points of magic bludgeoning.
Okay. My God, it didn't kill it yet. The first one knocks off another arm. So it's basically got two. It doesn't have two arms on the body anymore, and the only thing left to knock off is a leg, really. So it's standing on one leg, and the torso just kind of falls over. So you've got a leg connected to a torso, both of which are writhing around. Then you've got two arms that are kind of crawling around on the floor, and a severed head. But all of them are still animated. Rowan's up.
All right. Did it go?
We don't see anything.
Nope. There
There
we
it
go.
is.
Holy
Flame,
crap.
Sacred Flame. Okay, Flame like Radiance descends. This is an attack roll, so 24
Yeah.
would definitely hit. Okay, you consume all the parts of the zombie in holy fire. It actually doesn't matter if it makes a save because it had 1 hit point left. So
Nice.
you consume it and it is destroyed.
Nice. Not bad for a cantrip.
Yeah, did the job. So there don't appear to be any more zombies. Parts of the chair are charred, but otherwise it's not damaged. And after a while, Piddlewick kind of wobbles down or up the steps and joins you guys and kind of looks around, kind of cocks his head at the two smoking zombies. But otherwise, he just kind of looks around at you expectantly, like he's waiting for you to. What you want to do next?
Anything else on the balcony?
Nothing.
Thrones?
Nope, nothing else really up here. Basically overlooks the chapel below, and there's a set of double doors to the west.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna look to Pidwick or whatever his name is, Pickwick. or-
Piddlewick.
Piddlewick, okay. And I'm gonna ask him if he knows his way around the castle.
He kind of looks at you and cocks his head a little bit, and then nods.
Huh.
Ask him where the dragon head is.
Yeah, do you know where a dragon's skull is?
Let me see if he would know that. Give me a minute here. Oh, I was literally looking in the wrong spot.
I think my dog needs to go out. I'll be back.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so where is that? Yeah, this will be fun to find. I have to go on a treasure hunt to find it here.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have asked. Should have just let us go on our merry way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, would he know? All right. Why don't you guys make an insight check?
Insight.
Oh boy. Paul has good
Nice.
insight.
Well, between Clytus and Adrin, it's really hard to tell this because it's a construct and his face doesn't really move at all. But you get the impression that he would have said he knows where Strahd keeps his favorite toothbrush, or yeah. You get the impression that he would say anything so long as he got to hang around with you guys.
Okay. But all right, but he
I
doesn't.
I tell Jugs he knows exactly where the dragon is.
I'm gonna say, okay, lead us.
Okay, yeah, he takes your arm and leads you off towards in the direction of the double doors.
Well, there we go. We were gonna go there anyway. That's awesome.
So yeah, he stands by the double doors and he points at them.
Okay,
I'll open it.
Put 'em up.
Yeah.
Okay, they open to reveal another long hallway. And this hallway, 20-foot high ceilings, is a dark vaulted ceiling draped with cobwebs. A low moan seems to travel the length of the corridor as it rises and falls, intoning sadness and despair. Why don't you guys make perception checks?
Not performance. Perception. 20.
Oh yeah, that's the
I think
second
we're a
critical
little
miss.
distracted right now, Clytus.
That's the second critical miss I've done on perception tonight.
There we go.
All right. Actually, 20 is what you needed for this. But Adrin managed to make it.
Adrin. Wow.
You spot in the ceiling, amongst all these cobwebs, you spot pulleys and a rope that seem to run the full length of the corridor along the ceiling, well hidden by the cobwebs.
Cut it.
And is it? How
Yeah,
high up is
where
the
does
ceiling?
it end?
The ceiling is 20 feet up. It's like this vaulted ceiling that's, again, the top area of it is completely encased in cobwebs. But within the cobwebs, you can see this pulley and rope running the whole length.
Can I teleport up to it and stand somewhere? Is there like a rafter or something? Or is it just pulley and rope?
It's just a pulley and rope run. It seems to run the length of the corridor. There's really no support there to stand on up there.
Oh. I go, dudes, there's pulley and rope.
I say, let's cut it.
What?
Does it seem
cut the
to?
rope.
It's
Where does
holding-
it go on the end of the hallway?
You can't really tell. I mean, it's very thick with cobwebs, and it's basically at the other end of this long hallway. So it just basically goes into deeper cobwebs and it looks like it's just going for the same spot in the opposite wall.
So it goes into the wall on this side of the hallway?
On your side, it basically ends in a pulley, like a round like wheel type mechanism.
Oh,
And-
so it actually, both ends of the rope go out the other side, or go towards the other side?
No, I mean the rope comes towards you, goes around a pulley, and goes back.
Yep.
Yeah, so both ends go to the other side.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I will, because I can, because it's cool, I'm going to teleport up, and I'm going to grab the rope.
Okay. Gotta make a dex check. This would be really simple, but
What? Me?
this is and
You'll
probably
never pass.
yeah, no problem. You grab onto that rope, and it does actually support your weight, although it does kind of bow down. Actually, let me make a check on the strength of this pulley. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't break the pulley, but it doesn't look like it's actually. It doesn't look like it's taut. You're kind of hanging down now a little bit.
So I'm going to try. I'm going to hold on to one side, and I'm in my right hand. I'm going to try pulling the rope from the other side and just see if I can pull it.
You pull it, and you're able to pull it a little bit, but it doesn't seem to. It kind of seems like there's some kind of resistance.
And then I'll do the same thing on the left side.
Yeah,
See if it moves.
similar.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, then, because I can and it's cool, I'm going to teleport 60 feet and grab the rope on the other end.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna see how this is gonna work here.
Just to make the DM think.
Yeah. Well, technically, yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make another dex check. Yeah, no problem. So yes, you appear on the other side. you're grabbing this rope, and again, it kind of sags down and twangs a little bit, and you're able to easily see, since you're holding the rope, that this rope actually leads into what looks like some sort of hidden compartment in the wall above the doors on this opposite side of this long hallway.
I was able to get to there at 60 feet, so that I'm gonna. What's in the compartment? Can I see it?
Well, you can see it. You would need to make an insight check to figure out how to open it.
Jeez.
I have auto roll.
Oh man, you
I
are.
love this thing.
Okay, yeah. So
20 loves you.
yes, so you managed to find some sort of a mechanism that can actually pop this open, and it looks like it's fairly large. It looks like it's actually about the size of what would be like a coffin lid or thereabouts, but it's not like decorated like a coffin lid, just about that size. So you're able to actually pry it open, and inside, you see. Someone driving by on a motorcycle.
Yep.
Inside, you see vampire,
Oh fuck!
and it lunges towards you. I'm gonna let you make an initiative check to see if you go before it does.
So now he rolls badly.
Okay,
Couldn't
so
keep it up forever.
yeah, you do not beat it. Oh, that's too bad. Hang on. Everyone's typing at once. Okay. In any case, yeah, it beats you and lunges towards you, but fortunately for you, it's not actually a vampire. It apparently is, as it lunges towards you, you see that it is a mannequin that's designed to look just like a vampire. And
Ooh.
as
Made
it's
you flinch.
yeah, as it swoops towards you, you see that it's actually, and you're kind of moved along with this rope as well. You see that the whole pulley mechanism is pulling this vampire along, and there's this magical effect that kind of creates this chuckling noise as it flies through the air.
So then I'm assuming that I'm kind of like the vampire's chasing me, right? And I'm like, I'm 5 feet ahead of it as we're going along.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go, oh my god, it's gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me.
Oh, okay. I would say everyone else can make intelligence checks to see how you would react to that. If you would notice that it's a mannequin and Adrin's just fucking with you.
Intelligence?
You guys still there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear you. Yeah, we're just waiting to
Alright.
see if you want to. Okay. We didn't see the. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Clytus is not fooled in the slightest.
Should I do a performance check?
Yeah, sure. Let's do an opposed performance. So you got to beat 17. Okay. So Jugs is taken in. Can you do an intelligence for
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda?
Hang on. Actually, where is she?
Am I able to cast a firebolt at the
Well, that's what we're gonna see.
zombie? Or not zombie, vampire?
Yeah, you can target it.
Because that's, I mean, if I'm fooled
She's not
by this,
taking in either.
Okay, yeah, she's just
She's
like.
nonplussed.
if I'm fooled by this, I imagine I would try to cast a firebolt. I don't know if there's a turn order to this or.
No, I'm not gonna do turns because it's not gonna
What?
attack back. So, but go ahead and roll for a firebolt. I'll
That's how I would react.
I will roll for Rowan. Yeah, he's taken in as well. Let me see if I can reconnect him here. In the meantime, go ahead. You got a firebolt. Oh, why does it move Paul over? Every time I try to reconnect him. Firebolt definitely hits. So yeah, okay. So as this thing rolls towards you, This mass sees two firebolts fly at it, and it just bursts into flame. It burns its connection to the rope, and it just does a swan dive onto the floor of this hallway, and just comes to this burning, skidding halt at Jugs' feet.
Does Paul fall, or?
Actually, yeah. Let's see. 18 damage. Yeah, I would say that that burns up the rope because it's right where it was connecting to the rope. So, Adrian, you go ahead and make a dex check. I'm going to see if you can Tarzan on this rope or if you go smack into the floor.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics work. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. We'll say you kind of shimmy quick up the rope and just kind of swing over the burning remains.
I go, I got you, I got you, I got you.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion and just yell "fuck you" in a big booming Strahd voice at him.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I got to tell you guys, thanks for handling this that way, because that really was just a cheesy-ass encounter, and you guys made it so much more interesting.
That's why we're here, man.
Excellent, as long as everyone has fun. So, Dave, you're here. Can you hear us? We can't see you.
I don't know. I tried turning my webcam off to see if that helped, the sound, but it's still very spotty.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Generally hear you just fine.
Yeah, your audio is coming
weird.
through fine. It's just it's just gray on your video.
It just seems that Paul's audio cuts out all the time.
Which Paul?
Only Paul's?
Yeah. DM
Mine.
Paul.
Well, that's not good as a DM.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you need me to repeat
Whatever.
If you need me to repeat anything, just let me know.
Yeah.
But in any case,
basically, we just.
oh, and we just lost you.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I heard you say okay.
Basically, what just happened? There was a pulley system on this hallway that went to the far wall, and Adrian went and investigated and found this hidden compartment where this basically a mannequin of a vampire was hooked up to kind of cruise down the hallway, like laughing hollowly and trying to scare you. But Adrian figured it out, and so he just basically started it up, and he then went down the hallway on this rope, being chased by this mannequin vampire. You should have been yelling Tuscarora or something as you did that. But then, basically, then everyone else, I had roll intelligence checks to see. He did this kind of performance thing, and Jugs was taken in, so he firebolted the mannequin, set it on fire, collapsed the whole pulley system, and Paul did a Tarzan thing into the... It was pretty spectacular, actually. But
Sweet.
nevertheless, you've exhausted the fun of this room, I believe. So there's now a set of double doors at the far end of the hallway.
Does Pickwick or whatever, I'm not going to remember his
Piddlewick.
name apparently.
Piddlewick.
Piddlewick, I told him to lead us, so does he lead us down the hallway?
Well, you asked him to...
To lead us to the...
Yeah, he showed you to the doorway.
Dragon Head.
Yeah, he showed you to the doorway when you last asked him.
Okay, and I'm just going to say to him, so can you keep leading us to the Dragon Skull?
I say, hang on, dude. I can't stop laughing. I start laughing. I go, I'm fucking with you, man. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. This is good stuff.
Piddlewick points towards the double doors at the end of the hall.
Let's fling open the doors.
Yep.
All right. With
Fling
wild
away.
abandon.
I'm going to say it seems like he knows where to go, so let's just keep following him.
Sure,
Yeah,
why not?
he apparently interprets the notion of leading you as pointing different directions.
That's fine.
But in any case, he beyond those doors.
If he leads us to the actual skeleton just by randomly picking doors, it'd be awesome.
It would be, actually.
I mean, he has just as good of a chance as we do at this point.
He does. He does.
All right. The doors open to reveal another set of double doors 10 feet ahead. Between these doors, a 10-foot wide corridor stretches north to south. At each end of the hall, floating in the darkness, is a human skeleton clad in the rusted armor and tattered livery of a castle guard.
It's in the. Where is it in the hallway?
At each end.
Each end.
Each end. All right.
So you've got a set of doors opposite you and a couple skeletons hanging on either end of this
I'll
long
step
hall.
in.
Okay.
I'll step in. Do they attack?
They are not actually floating on the walls. It looks like they're held together with... Well, you can't really tell from where you're at, actually, what they're held together with. But they do not attack you. They look like they're just skeletons.
I step up and examine one.
Okay, that looks like it is a skeleton, definitely held up with wire and made to look like they're floating, but not actually floating.
So Strahd's kind of a practical joker.
If he's the one that set this up.
Halloween room.
Yeah, someone's a practical joker for sure.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Maybe this little guy.
Open that other door.
He is leading us this way, so maybe he is the one who set this up.
All right, so you open the other door, and I can get that ready here. Do. More rooms. More rooms. Ah! Right-clicking does not work. Okay, so big room here.
Oh, jeez.
Holy crap. That looks like it could hold a dragon.
Dim light from the courtyard falls into the great hall, this great hall, through the broken glass and iron lattice work of a large window in the west wall. This immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty iron sconces dot the walls. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stand a set of double doors in the east wall, which you just came through. Further south, a single door... What happened there? A single door also leads from the east wall. Staircases at both ends of the north wall lead down. At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. A high-backed throne, the high-backed throne faces south away from most of the room.
I will go into the room.
Okay.
I want to go to right there.
When I look at the chair and it's facing away from the room, does there seem to be anything on the wall that it would be facing, like a TV or something?
Big flat screen.
Yeah.
They had to position it away from that big stained glass window so we wouldn't get reflections. Let's see. Actually, yes.
There is a TV. Oh, okay.
There is a secret door that I actually forgot to mark on the map. Give me a second here. But I was looking at it on the other map, and it's there. Right there is a secret door.
All right.
Against that guy, Aaron Rodgers, because you know their game plan.
Oh.
Apparently,
You know their game plan.
Apparently,
Well,
another game plan.
It's delayed. Lightning in Green Bay.
Yeah, there was a big rainstorm. I got it on my other monitor.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, wow, we lost Z-Man again. Or no, he's there. He's just...
No, he seems to be here. I just don't know if he
I'm
can
back.
hear us.
Oh, okay.
I can. It's very spotty for me still.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, we'll keep going for a little bit. We're probably closing the end of the session at 9 o'clock, I think, tonight.
Yeah.
Close to it.
Okay.
But let's just see how far you get. You did just find a secret door, and you've got two staircases going down to the north, and there's another door that wasn't secret that's in plain view. So
Wanna
lots of
open
ways
the
you go.
secret door, Paul?
Sure.
Okay, the mechanism is fairly straightforward. Yeah, no problem. You figure out how to open it. It swings open to reveal what looks to be a long, narrow corridor that stretches east and west. And again, I have to pick the right tool.
Is Piddlewick pointing still down this way, or?
He doesn't like continuously point. He just responds to immediate
When you ask.
questions, right? But this long hallway extends. I'm just going to do this.
Oh, wow.
To the east and west.
Makes you want to go,
Things that make you go,
Want to go through the door? Or you want to go through the secret door or the other door?
I mean, we can look around the room a little bit more, too. I just wanted to see kind of where that led.
Okay.
If you want to look around the room still and look at the throne thing.
Yeah.
I'll do an active search.
Okay. Yeah, just shortening it up. There's really nothing else in the room to find. It's
Okay.
I asked Piddlewick, which way should we go if we want to find this dragon?
He thinks for
We
a second.
lost Piddlewick.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting to move him. Oh Christ. I gotta move him with the pointer, not the reveal tool. He actually points towards the rooms, the stairs at the north side of the room that go down.
Before we go that way, I want to open this door and look at least.
Okay. That door. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Yes.
Oh boy.
Fun.
I found something.
Cool.
Dusty scrolls and tomes line the walls of this room. More scrolls and books lie scattered on the floor around 4 heavy wooden chests fitted with sturdy iron locks. The only unobstructed floor space is directly in front of the doors on the east and west walls. In the center of this clutter stands a great black desk. A figure crouches atop a tall stool, scratching on a seemingly endless scroll of paper with a dry quill pen. Nearby, a tasseled rope hangs from a hole in the ceiling. And so you basically opened it without any attempt to be quiet. So the figure looks up at you. It's basically this old guy. It looks with like really sunken cheeks, and really, he looks like really pale, but not like pale like vampire pale, but pale like he hasn't seen the sun in years. Very skinny. He's not actually badly dressed. He looks like he's dressed like a white-collar commoner, if you want to call it that. Sure. But, yeah, he just looks... His eyes are just exhausted looking, and they widen as you open the door, and you see him reach for the rope. So I'm going to roll initiative.
Wow, that's not good.
Oh, boy.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I rolled a 1.
Let's see.
And I still rolled worse than you.
Oh, God. Right tool. Okay, so... Oh, boy, yeah, you guys did roll crappy.
He's gonna kill himself.
So we will see. He actually rings the bell before you guys can do anything. When
Damn it.
the rope is pulled, a tremendously loud gong sounds.
Esmeralda was 17.
Yeah, she got a 17.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, all right, let's see then. That would change things possibly, but...
Chop his arm off.
Yeah, but...
All right, so... I will say...
No.
She wouldn't know, so I'm going to say that she's able to react at the very same moment that he's pulling this chain and that gong goes off.
All right, well, she's gonna... She's gonna run up to him and hit him 3 times. Yeah, just hit him. She gets 3 attacks. So.
We don't even know who this guy is.
Okay.
Well, you hit the big gong.
All right.
To be fair, Esmeralda hates everyone, it seems. So.
I mean,
Seems
well,
like
first
her.
of all, before she acts,
Uh
does she know this guy? Has she met him before?
huh. She has not seen him before. She knows. Well, yeah, she doesn't really know who this guy is. As she runs up though, with what are you attacking him with?
Well, she has a +1 rapier and a +1 hand axe.
Okay, so you basically whip out the rapier and the hand axe, and you see his eyes just like get, ah, and he like covers up his face.
All right. Well, if she sees this, then she stops just before him and says, "Give me one good reason not to kill you."
He's like trembling. He's actually trembling on. He's still actually incredibly sitting on the stool, but he's trembling and saying, "Mercy, mercy, please do not kill me."
She says, I said, give me one good reason not to kill you."
Strahd will be very upset if you kill me.
That's a
Will
good
he be very
reason.
upset if I don't kill you?
Oh, he
Why did
probably
you ring the
won't.
bell?
He probably won't, because Strahd would kill me if he knew I had failed to ring the bell when there are intruders in his castle. This room.
We're not intruders. We were invited.
He stops and says, "Oh, then you're as damned as I am."
Why are you damned?
He says, "Because I am here. I cannot leave. And now, neither can you."
I missed all that. Sorry. It cut out.
He's
Basically, he said we're damned.
yeah, he says he's damned. You're damned, and he's damned. He can't leave, and now neither can you. And
All right. Well, then she kills him.
okay, well, as that happens, or actually right before that happens, 6 shadows appear at various points in the room. And I think what I'm going to do is call it right at this point, because that'll get us into a lengthy combat, which VC doesn't seem to want to cooperate with. But we'll leave this at a cliffhanger here as 6 shadows appear around you to attack.
Okie dokie.
Oh, so the first explorations of the castle, and yeah, there are many more rooms to explore at this point. I think actually that's an interesting idea, having Piddlewick lead you around, because it's kind of semi-random, and you may actually find places you wouldn't think of.
God, I thought he would be helpful.
You guys happy that we came here? That was a great idea, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a great idea because we still have to escape because we can't fight Strahd without the artifacts and whatnot. And now we're killing someone that rang a gong to let him know we're killing him. It's gonna be fun. That's gonna go over well.
He's
She doesn't like
expecting
Strahd.
all that.
Yep.
All right.
So I'm just gonna add these to the map, but we'll pick it up next week as these things start to attack. I think it'll maintain the initiative order for you guys. So if you want to keep that order,
Okay.
or actually
No,
some of you.
I'm fine with.
Yeah, I guess because some of you rolled pretty crappy. Let's listen. All right. Well, we'll just say since you kind of took a break and to pound him, and now apparently to kill him, this guy, we'll say we'll clear initiative and for next time.
Okay.
But cool. All right. Well, I was gonna say for next time, due to all the crap going on in my life at the moment, I think I'm gonna switch to every 3 weeks, if that's cool with you guys,
Yeah, it's fine.
rather than bi-weekly. That'll give me
makes
more time to prep. And I know Tim, you're gonna be in China. Did you say for some part of?
Yeah, China and San Francisco for a bit, and yeah.
So let's see. That next time, if we did that, would be on the 19th of October, and then on the 9th of November. How
Okay.
would that
Yeah, that
work?
should be good for now.
Should be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't see
I'll
any
update
reason
the
yet.
I'll update the calendar and send out confirmations for everybody. But that sounds like that'll give us a little bit more breathing room, and things should improve for me after the end of November. So
All right. Cool.
cool. All right. Thanks again for the
Yeah.
game, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Yep.
All right.
Talk
Bye.
to you guys. Bye.